Something like that.
What's up, Kupo? It's Moogle running it back with... Well, you're about to find out what we're running it back with. But, hope y'all doing well. Honestly, thanks for the love and support lately. I appreciate it. I know I'm just a small channel, but honestly, every little bit counts. Every little view, every little like, everything to me, it just means the world. So I just wanted to thank y'all for that first. And with that, we're going to go into the very, very hot take of Moogle's tier list, hero tier list, in Overwatch 2. Current state. So that's after the mid-season patch that we just got. Shut up, phone. So there's gonna be some hot takes on here. However, this is just my opinion, so by all means don't be getting toxic in the comments going, no, that's so stupid, no. Like, this is just my opinion of what I believe the higher tier metas are gonna be, and currently it's gonna be fun, let me tell you. Alright, first off, Bastion. Let's just get this out of the way. This is a hot take. S tier. S tier. I don't care. I really don't care. We're putting him in S tier only because Shift is... We're in a poke meta, okay? Deal with it. Stop playing Doomfist. We're gonna get to that. Stop playing Monkey. Stop playing Tracer. Stop playing all this divey stuff, okay? You do not have the damage to deal with the heals and the amount of poke unless you are, like, playing uber perfect, but guess what? You're not him. I'm not him either. So we have to fall into what we call a meta and kind of play around it. So the poke meta right now is poke, 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 look for a pick, poke, 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 look for a pick, get the pick, and then converge into a fight. Or until somebody messes up. Yeah, basically. So, welcome to life. Cassidy. Ew, definitely not A tier. B tier. B tier. After the nerf to his range, he is still a tank shutdown kind of guy. He just hinders the tank. Congratulations, that's how you play Cassidy nowadays. And then you just deny the tank from doing anything, and then your tank does better and wins. But with the range nerf, he does not have the range to deal with some of these characters' DPS, and we're going to get into that in a minute. D.Va. A tier. A tier. D.Va is also very good at shutting down Cassidy, in my opinion. You just eat the nade, and then his escape is roll. You're not going to do that. You're just going to blast him unless he right-click Randy's you. Then prepare for that. Lamau. Anyway, point is, D.Va's very good, very versatile. DM, huge. Her damage, very good. I know I said we're, like, in a poke meta, but guess what? D.Va's also very good right now. Gengu, B tier. He's just... I know he's been getting buffs, and some Genjis are good, some Genjis are not. But overall, Genji just does not have a place right now. Hanzo, A tier. I mean, still pretty dominant in some cases. B tier. I'd say he's okay. I'd say he's good in some places, but we're gonna get into something here in a minute. Junkrat, B tier. Some maps, he's okay. Very niche pick, but whatever. Lucio. B tier. Reason I'm putting him in B tier right now, because we're not playing Rush, and the characters that are Rush are not necessarily good. We're going to get into that into a minute. Mei. After buffs... She's not good in poke, so she has to go into B. But those buffs, when we get into a Rush meta, you're going to see a shift from, like, Lucio and Mei in B tier to go to A tier right now, and then, like, other characters are going to fall down really quick. You're going to see what I'm talking about when it happens, but it's coming, and we have to be prepared for that. Mercy, B tier, nerfed. L kind of nerf. I think Zenyatta is just a better pick now. If you're gonna pick Mercy, unless you have a dominant Ashe, might as well just go Zenyatta because we're in poke. Just go like Zenbrig, Lamau. Maybe. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be funny. Actually, no, definitely not Zenbrig. What am I talking about? B tier. Pharah. B tier. Needs the Mercy pick. Really does need the Mercy pick. If she doesn't have the Mercy pocket, you're gonna fall down to C tier, almost. Are we talking about without Mercy pocket? Because at this point, without Mercy pocket, C tier. If gets Mercy pocket, do we need another ranking of if has Mercy pocket goes up tier? That's just disclaimer in general. So it goes up tier if has Mercy pocket. Reaper, hidden A tier. I'm gonna say that right now. This man's is funny. This man's is so funny because he could just teleport into the backline still. And we're gonna talk about another tank coming up here later. But this man could just teleport into the backline with Ozaria bubble. I'm just gonna spoil it now. There it is. Yeah, the man can teleport into the backline with the Zarya bubble, have effectively 450 HP that can self-heal and has fade. Can you believe that? That's so crazy right now. So crazy. Imagine, we're going to talk about Zarya here in a second because I'm going to go on honestly, I'm just going to get this out of the way. S tier. S tier now because there is so much going on. Now, because if you have Zarya on your team, the buff to the bubble is insanity. Holy, it's 225 HP now, and it's bigger. And cooldown is 8 seconds if you projected bubble, barrier somebody. So season 1, guess what? Reaper's teleporting to the back line with a bubble and is going to get a pick or 3. And then possibly ult. Guess what? Genji's might be getting played again. And do the same thing with Blade. And Ana? We're going to talk about Ana just nano-blading that? That'd be fun. That'd be a fun lineup again. We're playing season 1 again. But guess what? Bastion can also just... And if you have, like, all those resources going to you, trying to kill everyone else before the Bastion can kill everything else, it'd be funny as fuck. That'd be awesome. We're playing who can kill faster, but it's through the amount of resources. It's gonna be beautiful. Rein, C tier. I'm sorry, Rein players. This is not the time for you. This is really, really not the time for you. I'm not even going to go on more. If you're a Rein player, you know. If you don't understand why Rein's in C tier right now, I'm sorry. Hog D tier. Okay. I'm lost though, because every Hog player you run into just. It is not fun, right? Supports don't like him. DPS don't like him. Other tanks don't like him. The only people that like Hog are Hog players. And it's vile. But like the rank 2 tank player in EU right now is a Hog 1 trick. So maybe he knows something we don't. Soldier, A tier. Very solid. Very solid. If gets Mercy Pocket, does not break into S tier, but is still a very high A tier pick. I'd say he just gets into A tier, but there are some more viable picks. Symmetra, C tier. Very niche on some maps though, and like on some maps becomes S tier. So I think some people are aware of that. Torb, A tier. I don't think you understand how good the buff to his E was. His left click, he does damage now. Like, the turret's not doing the most damage now. He's doing the most damage now. He is the turret. It's scary. Tracer, B tier. Torb being played a little bit more, it's kind of annoying. Especially like bastions are fun, I guess, to play into, but like you have to be very niche about it. But why do that? You could just play Reaper. No? Well, no. No. A tier. Still A tier. Still A tier. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm having a moment. Widow. B tier. B tier, but only because there's another marksman in the area that's a little bit more dominant on more maps. On some longer range maps, like Junkertown, definitely becomes an A tier and outranges. But most maps, it comes down to a certain other marksman here. Winton. Still A tier. Still A tier. You can still play Winston. Like, he's just a very good tank for Overwatch 2. I think in general, if we're going to talk about history's most balanced, like, or most, would you say Winston's balanced? That's the other. If Winston has been so good to be played since the dawn of Overwatch 2, and he has been the tank, would you say he needs a nerf? Because he's the tank that's most dominantly played? Or would you say he's balanced? Because I'd like to think he's balanced. So what makes him so good? His utility, his cooldowns, his ability to follow up with a lot of characters in this game. Like, you, Winston Tracer, you jump in the back line, bubble, and then your Tracer plays inside the bubble and then can dominate. And then Winston just has all that HP. He can also, Winston Tracer damage, you kill people pretty quickly if you're on that same target. But if people are grouped up too for Winston, he's already farming other people for the Tracer to move on to the next target. It's crazy. Zenyatta, A tier. Just a better Mercy, in my opinion. Just because Discord and damage boost do the same amount of damage. But would I really say that Mercy's movement doesn't give her the ability to survive in most team fights? Would I really do that in this meta? I think the fact that Mercy can still shift people from like C tier to B tier or A tier to S tier in a minute when I get to that character. I'm just going to spoil it now. Ashe. I think Ashe is an S tier. I think Ashe is an S tier pick. Have you seen her reload after she gets a kill? Oh my god, it's crazy. And with a Mercy, that'd be dominant. So yeah, I'm still down for this. And Bob, yeah. Imagine like you Bob a fight, and Bastion has shift. Bastion can just melt the fucking Bob. But now you forced shift out of Bastion for your ultimate. Lamau still win the fight because Bastion ultimate's not gonna win the fight. That'd be a funny way to do it, but it's probably not the way to do it. Absolutely not. But in the mid fight, it'd be funny like that. S tier, Ana. I'm biased here. I think anti-nade is still so strong, and I think sleep is very good. Like, there are some games where if I lock in on my cooldowns and I start hitting sleeps consistently, oh yeah. Like, I found better timings for certain cooldowns over the years, and just like for Overwatch 1, and just like recently, new characters and how their cooldowns, like, have you figured out what the best time to sleep in Alari is yet? Yeah, it's like, it'd be funny when you do it. But like, there's some. I don't know what I'm talking about with sleeping Alari. Here, let me get a better example for you, because I don't do that. You ever like walk up to a hog player that doesn't have a Kiriko? You make their life misery. You make their life misery. And it is so great. It is so great to just shit on this character. Anyway, moving on. Sombra, A tier. A tier still. EMP, 40% damage. It's huge. Have you popped the Sun and Sombra's ult yet? You just win. You win. Horse. Still A tier. Still A tier. Can shut down a lot of characters still very consistently. And even with the small HP nerf, has so much other healing in the game, and Fortify is still just pretty decent. I'd say this is still pretty solid. Doomfist, C tier. Doomfist, C tier. You have to do so much, so perfect, to do so little. To do so little. That character needs a fix. This character needs a fix. It does not need to be... Every Doomfist player I ever listened to that tries to justify this character always argues, you just gotta use all the different texts in the book, and it's like, no other character requires so many different texts in the game. Like, remember when Genji's, like, had triple jump, and that was their tech to dominate people, and they took that away, and Doomfists are still figuring out ways to punch off of cars to get like 2 extra meters on their distance? Not worth. Moira, B tier, runs out of piss before you can do anything in the actual fight sometimes. If you're a bad Moira, but at the distance some people fights are taking, it's like not worth. But has good escape. Brig, A tier. Brig still A tier. Yeah. Don't even need to argue. Ball, C tier. Literally, you can just place... Every time I see a ball player, there's always a Sombra player. It does not matter how good that ball player is, some DPS locks Sombra. And I'm just... It's so crazy, because that's all it takes to shut down the ball. You just perma-hack this man. I should do it more often. It would have been great. Bap. With that nerf... Can I put, like, I'm gonna put him here. I'm gonna put him at B. Because, like, that nerf took, like, it went from, like, 150 healing on a shift to 120. That was a decent nerf across the board. So on 5 different targets, you're missing out on, if like you do it on everybody and everybody stacked up, you're missing out on 158 like healing, and that's kind of a bit towards your ult. So he's gonna start building his ults a little slower now. I'm fair with that. Sigma, B tier. I think he's okay. I think on some maps he's okay, but overall I think you just play other tanks and you're okay. Echo, hidden A tier for a while. I have thought this for, well, no, we're in a poke meta. Goes down to B tier, unless it has Mercy Pocket, then goes to A tier. Sojourn, B tier, unless it has Mercy Pocket, then goes to A tier. Junker Queen, C tier. Not the meta for you. Not the meta for you. You did get a buff, but still not the meta for you. I think Would I say Rhine is worse than Joy? No. Kiriko! A. Suzu for this character would also be nice. Possibility. Ramatra, A tier. A tier. Can do a lot still. Lifeweaver, A tier. No, S tier. So much heals. So much heals. Tree so strong. Ilari, A tier. Pylon nerf. Sun nerf. Still a decent character, still very fun to play. Now one last check. Who would I say the S tier characters are? Would I say this is the S tier comp? I didn't even mean to make a comp. Depending on the map, you might also swap Ana for Ilari. Or sometimes you just might swap Ilari for... Yes? Would I say this is better? Okay, now I'm looking at Ramatra. My gut says A, but I want to put him in B. Fucking, I'm leaving him in A. I'm leaving him in A. That's what I think. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is my tier list of current patch Overwatch 2. Thanks for tuning in with me. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys... Let me know down below what you think of this. Let me know, and I might change some of my opinions, but I'm pretty dead set on this tier list right now. Hell yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, what you think, subscribe. With that, we're out of here, Kupo.